Hello everyone, welcome to my math channel. This is Mr. Mahmoud explaining course 1, chapter 2, lesson number 3, percents and decimals. A recent survey tells the favorite subjects of students at Martin Middle School. The math got 28%, art 16%, science 21%, English 13%, social studies 15%, other subjects 7%. Number 1. Write a fraction with a denominator of 100 to represent the percent of each subject. For math, 28% means 28 over 100. For science, 21% means 21 over 100. For art, 16% means 16 over 100. Social studies 15% means 15 over 100. English 13% means 13 over 100. For other subjects 7% means 7 over 100. Number 2. Write each fraction from exercise 1 from this one as a decimal. You know over 100, so the decimal point will be after 2 places, so the mass will be 0.28, the science 0.21, the art will be 0.16, social studies 0.15, English 0.13, and other subjects 0.07, as we have only one digit over 100, but the decimal point must be after 2 digits, so 0.07. Now moving on. So to write a percent as a decimal. To write a percent as a decimal, divide by 100 and remove the percent sign. This is the same as removing the decimal point 2 places to the left. So you are imagining that there is decimal point here to the right of the number, and we are moving this decimal point to the left 2 places, so it will be 0.48. Another way to write a fraction as a decimal is to write the percent as a fraction, then write the fraction as a decimal, as we did in the last page. Let's discuss the two methods together, and you can follow the method you want. Write each percent as a decimal. 56%. 56% we know from the previous lesson, it's 56 over 100, and now over 100 means 0.56. This is the first method, to write it over 100, then to write it as a decimal. Now the second method is to move the decimal point. You imagine that there is decimal point here in this place at the beginning of the number, and you move it backwards 2 places. Backwards 2 places means to the left, so it will be 0.56 without the percent sign. The same is happening here. 8%, we follow the first method. 8% is 8 over 100, so it will be 0.08. Now 2%, we need it to be decimal. Let's follow the second method. 2% is like 0.2%. So we imagine that there is a decimal point here at the beginning, so we move it to the left backwards 2 places, so it will be 0.02. Now let's solve these problems. For me, I prefer the first method, so I will work with the first method. You work with any method you want. 32% is like 32 over 100, and 32 over 100 is 0.32. 6% is like 6 over 100, and 6 over 100 is 0.06, because 6 over 100 means 600ths, so it must be in the hundredths place, 0.06. 93% is like 93 over 100, and it will be 0.93. Moving on. Now we need to represent the decimal as a percent. Decimal as a percent, also we can write it over 100, then we can write it percent like 0.38. is like 38 over 100, so it's 38%. Or the second method, we move the decimal point forward, means to the right two places, then it will be here at the beginning, so ignore it and write the percent sign, 38%. Example 5, write 0.2 as a percent. We know that 0.2 is like 2 over 10, and we can multiply up and down by 10 to make it over 100, so it will be 20 over 100 means 20%. Or we can say that 0.2, we know all that if we add 0 here it will make nothing, so we are allowed to put 0 here to the right of the decimal, so it's like 0.20, and 0.20 is like 20 over 100, and this is 20%. Now write each decimal as a percent. For me, I prefer the over 100 method, so 0.47, it's like 47 over 100, and it means 47%. 0.73 is like 73 over 100, and it is 73%. 0.05 is like 0.50, so it's like 50 over 100, and this will be 50%. Moving on. Let's solve the guided practice together. Write each percent as a decimal. 27% means 27 over 100, and this means 0.27. 15% is like 15 over 100, and this is 0.15. 4% is like 4 over 100, and don't forget this is only one digit, so 0.04. Now write each decimal as a percent. 0.3 is like 0.30, it's like 30 over 100, and this is 30%. 0.82 is like 82 over 100, and this is 82%. 0.51 is like 51 over 100, and this is 51%. Now problem 7. About 0.7 of the human body is water. What percent is equivalent to 0.7? So 0.7, we need two decimals, so it's like 0.70, and 0.70 is 70 over 100, and 70 over 100 is 70%. By this, my dear students, we come to the end of our lesson for today. Till we meet again, goodbye.